control over the ocean's fleet. Showing spirit, cooperation, and team play, and develop into real, true citizens. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would remain standing and remove cover as we honor America by the playing of our national anthem.
Productions proudly presents the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Swung on, foul ball toward left field, back. Out of here, home run, over the left field wall. He got every bit of that one.
Now live from the birthplace of Southern gospel music in the land of Crockett, with Stanley Wilson, here's J.P. Plant.
Welcome to Denver Track Field and the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series as day 4, I believe day 4, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes, day 4 of pool play is underway. Tom Cruise Field already with some action as Sarasota, Florida defeating Newtown, Connecticut 1-0 that game in the second inning. Here on Denver Track Field, we've got West Windsor-Plainsboro, New Jersey, taking on the East Tennessee champs from Marshall County, Tennessee. J.P. Plant, I'm joined by Brad Nielsen up in the booth at Denver Trap. And Brad, this New Jersey team comes in with a 1-1 record, a close loss in a tough game yesterday against Tri-Valley, California. And a couple of really strong performances from their left-handed starting pitchers. Both went the max in their 2 games as they didn't get underway until Saturday due to their off day on Thursday, rain on Friday. So they've only been playing now for their second day, but this is their 3rd game of the tournament.
Absolutely. They had good pitching performances. Played 2 really tough teams in Sarasota and Tri-Valley. Both close games. They were able to get the win against Sarasota. As you mentioned, lost by 2 to Tri-Valley, putting them at 1-1 so far in the tournament. So through 2 games, that's all you can ask for. 3-1 will automatically get you into knockout play. You control your own destiny as you step on the field on a nice Sunday afternoon in Lawrenceburg to take on this East Tennessee team. If you win, you advance.
That's right. That's what's at stake for them. And really both teams are in that position. Marshall County, they picked up their first win last night against Newtown, Connecticut. You were on the call for that one over in Tom Cruise Field. So you saw them kind of get their legs underneath them a little bit after a couple of games, albeit against good opponents. But so they've got something to play for as well.
Absolutely. 1-2 in pool play. If they can get to 2-2, as we're sitting here looking at the standings, 2-2 is going to be a tie for the 3rd spot, more than likely. And it's going to come down to head-to-head and run differential. So they've put themselves in a good position with the 9-6 win over Newtown, Connecticut last night.
All right, we're about underway. Austin Hodges will lead things off, and he'll be facing Austin Gibbs. First pitch, here we go. We're underway at 3:31 on your Sunday afternoon. J.P. Plant alongside Brad Nielsen. West Windsor-Plainsboro, New Jersey, and Marshall County, Tennessee. 1-0 the count. We'll get the lineups just in a couple of minutes. There's a strike. And the count even at 1-1 to Austin Hodges, the shortstop for New Jersey. Luke Potts will be on deck, and Ian Muni in the hole. Luke Potts will be pitching today for New Jersey. There's a strike from Gibbs, and the count now 1-2.
Austin Grubbs, the pitcher for East Tennessee, through the opening game against Sarasota, went 5 innings, giving up 1 run. Really a close game until the bottom of the 6th inning in that one.
That pitch gets past everybody, count even in 2-2.
From Grubbs, you're going to see a 2-seam fastball that does have some action running back into the plate. He has a nice slider that he throws from the same arm slot, so it's very deceptive for the hitters which pitch is coming.
The 2-2. Foul back to the inning. Count remains even at 2-2. Fans slowly making their way into the ballpark this afternoon on a Sunday afternoon. Overcast skies, but not really much of a chance of rain today. So we should be in good shape. We were able to get completely caught up with 8 games yesterday here at Bobby Brewer Park. 2-2 is in the dirt, and we're full 3-2. The leadoff hitter for New Jersey in Austin Hodges.
With the 8 games taking place, we have to congratulate the grounds crew and the tournament directors on getting everything running smoothly. No complaints that I heard yesterday. It was a great day of baseball with 8 games.
No question. The payoff pitch is high, and a leadoff walk for New Jersey. And Austin Hodges is on to start this ball game. Luke Potts will be your hitter. We'll run through the rest of the New Jersey lineup. Ian Muni on deck playing center. Josh Eisenberg is your cleanup hitter at first. William Reeder is in left, hitting 5th, batting 6th. Jack DeLeo hitting 7th. Teddy Durbin, Justin Lockwood, the catcher, batting 8th. Chris Blooney will bat 9th, and Drew Santa Maria will be the extra hitter, batting 10th. So New Jersey will send 10 batters to the plates. First pitch to Luke Potts. Misses inside, 1-0 the count.
This is the first game on Denver Trap for this Marshall County club. A little bit bigger dimensions to the field. It may take a few innings to get comfortable with where they want to place their outfielders. You've got about an extra 10 to 15 feet all the way around this park.
Yeah, and a lot of foul territory as well compared to Tom Cruise Field. The dimensions 336 on the foul poles as that pitch is high. And it's 2-0 to Luke Potts, and straightaway center 375 compared to 370 over at Tom Cruise and 327 down the lines. So anywhere from extra 5 to 10 feet extra. Squares around and pulls it back and nearly gets popped in that helmet. Little chin music. And count now 3-0.
Pretty fortunate to get his face out of the way as he squared around the bunt. 2-seam fastball running high and in on him.
Absolutely. A little breeze blowing towards left when it is blowing. A little different today. Squares around and back-to-back walks given up by Austin Grubbs. And the first 2 hitters are on for New Jersey. And Ian Muni going to have to take his chain off once again. Had that yesterday. He forgot to take it off.
Good luck charm.
Yep.
Muni with a chance to do some damage as the first 2 runners reach base via 2 walks issued by Grubbs.
So here's the first pitch to Muni. Inside for a ball, 1-0, and little control issues for Grubbs to start this game. Nobody out. First 2 runners have reached via the walk. On deck is Josh Eisenberg for New Jersey. And the lefty Muni takes a strike at the inside edge. 1-1 the count.
Saw something last night for the first time in 2 World Series in the last 3 years on this field, I believe. Was it not
the home run? Yep, Stanley and I were talking about that. There's a hot grounder, and that is fair. Rounding third is Hodges, and he will score easily. Over to third is Potts, and an RBI double for Ian Muni. New Jersey's on the board first, 1-0 here in the top of the first.
Nice swing by Muni, got an inside fastball, ripped it down the first base line. McCormick had no chance of making a play on that. Leaves New Jersey runner second and third. Chance to add on as they've got 1 across the plate in the top of the first.
So it'll be Eisenberg, cleanup hitter for New Jersey. First pitch to him from Grubbs is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Yeah, the ball off the scoreboard last night. That was the first home run on this field in World Series play in the 2 World Series that have been here. That one's fouled away. Out of play.
Was it not opposite field also? I believe it was.
No, he pulled it.
Okay, it was a righty.
Yeah,
I
it was a
heard
righty.
it was a lefty, but I was on the other field when it took place.
Yeah, it was a righty, and he tattooed it. Janesville, Wisconsin with the home run. It was a hot grounder. Stopped at short by Shelton, but a run scores and an infield hit, as that was going to be a tough play regardless of where he was going to try to go, and the runner moves to third. So they're at the corners now with still nobody out here in the top of the first.
Nice play by Shelton, ranging to the third base side hole, making a diving stop. Didn't have a play at first regardless, but did hold the runner at third.
That pitch is outside for ball 1-0. So already 2 hits and 2 runs for New Jersey here in the top of the first. Still nobody out. And William Reeder is your hitter. Swing and a miss. Big cut by number 10. New Jersey wearing their green tops with the gold numbers trimmed in white and the gray pants. That's been their uniform every game. Same with Marshall County. The red with the tri-star on the front and the red numbers trimmed in white on the back of the white pants for the East Tennessee champs from Lewisburg, Tennessee, about 45 minutes to an hour up the road. That ball's lifted into right field, drifting foul, and Singleton unable to get to it down near the Marshall County bullpen. And the count now is 1-2 to the hitter, William Reeder.
Reeder's got the barrel on one, chased one just a little bit outside, expanding the zone for Grubbs as he's been struggling a little bit. First 2 batters reaching on the walk.
Pitch outside. And that'll bring Reeder home. The throw unable to get there in time, and off to second is Eisenberg, and it's 3-0 New Jersey.
For those of you watching at home, JP mentioned in the open the amount of foul territory in this field is huge. Pass balls are almost a guaranteed run with any speed at all at third, as the backstop's pretty deep. It's a tough field for catchers.
2-2. Outside. 3-2. And now we've got time. And Brad, this is Marshall County's 4th game, so their off day is tomorrow. They're going to be the first team to complete pool play. So you know they're kind of towards the back end of their pitching in the rotation. And it's, you know, winning the World Series, it's tough because the way the tournament is set up with the 5 days of pool play, and you play 4 of those, and then you've got single elimination. But it's not easy. That's why it's the World Championship. But
well, and with the doubling up yesterday, team from Marshall County played 2, ended up pitching 14 innings. That's going to take its toll on you a little bit. The coaching staff from Marshall County did a fantastic job yesterday managing the pitchers, I felt like, as they mixed it up. I think they threw 4 guys in one of the games and 3 in the other.
The payoff pitch coming to Reeder. Slow chopper to second, on to first, and not in time. Did he call safe, Brad?
Called him safe.
Okay.
Bang, bang play. Reeder able to beat it out. Nice play by Walker Whaley, the second baseman, ranging to his backhand side. Made a tough play. Good strong arm throw, just not in time to get Reeder.
So that'll put runners at the corners once again. Still no outs here in the top of the first. Grubbs with 23 total pitches already here in the top half of the first inning. He squares around, does DeLeo. There goes the runner. Throw down to second is bobbled, and coming home to score is Eisenberg. Makes it 4-0. And Reeder is safe at second.
This is not the start the East Tennessee team wanted. It's exactly what they did to Newtown in the top of the first inning last night in their 9-6 win. Grubbs has got to settle down, find the zone, get some ground ball, easy outs.
The 1-0 catches the outside edge for a strike. Count evens at 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Hot grounder to third. Up with it is Oliver. On to first. Throw behind. Here comes the run around third. And DeLeo, a correction reader, is going to score. DeLeo makes his way to second. And it's 5-0. New Jersey. And
had a foul ball come in mid-play, landed on the logo behind home plate. Fortunately, it was not in the diamond.
It nearly hit Reeder as he was crossing home and rounding to head back towards the dugout.
Grubbs got the ground ball that you wanted to see if you're the coaching staff of this East Tennessee team. Oliver unable to come up with it cleanly, and consequently the throw was just a little bit late going to first.
So an error on probably the throw.
Yeah, I would agree
It was
with
a
that.
little off center.
Bobbled and a little off the base.
So the first error of the ball game, allowing the run to score. And now 0-2 as Grubbs has found the strike zone to Teddy Durbin. Durbin, who throws left-handed, hits from the right side, a la Ryan Weathers from nearby Loretto, Tennessee. Chopper to third. Oliver across the diamond in time. And the first out of the inning for Marshall County. Staying put at second is Jack DeLeo. And the catcher, Lockwood, will step to the batter's box with one out and a runner at second. 5-0 New Jersey here in the top of the first over East Tennessee.
For West Windsor, they will be batting 10 today. That's something that's a little uncommon in these tournaments. But so when you hear us talking about the 10th hitter or the EH, that's who that will be.
And today, Drew Santamaria will occupy that position. First pitch to Justin Lockwood is low for a ball. 1-0 the count.
What is Grubbs' pitch count up to already?
He's already over 30 at 32 now.
You have the different levels of how many days you can come back, which at this point, it's throw everything you've got to the 95 pitch max. But for these coaches trying to protect some of these young arms, there are also inning counts that they will stop them at, because if they overexert during one inning, that may be more than they want to do, stressing their arms. You got to think getting close to 40 pitches is going to be around that number.
2-0, now 3-0 the count to Justin Lockwood. Austin Grubbs battling here in top of the first. Still just one out. That pitch is on the outside edge for a strike, and it's 3-1 to Lockwood. And New Jersey may be taking a few pitches until Grubbs can find his groove.
3-0 count, no reason not to take right now when you scored 5 on 3 hits in the first.
3-1 taking again, and it's a strike on the outside edge. So we're full now, 3-2. Jack DeLeo at second. One out in the inning. New Jersey up 5-0 on Marshall County, Tennessee. Lockwood steps out of the batter's box. Takes a practice swing. Now digs back in. Ready is Grubbs. Popped up the right side. Foul territory. And out of play as Matthew McCormick, the first baseman over there, unable to get to it before it hit up against the fence.
The way the East Tennessee team has held the runners at second, Whaley has played second a lot. Shelton's played short a lot. Whaley will almost stand by the bag, as you're seeing now, and then sprint back into position, which makes it very difficult for him to have big range, because as that one right there is hit behind him a little, it makes it a tough play for him. He's very athletic, able to make it that time, but advances the runner DeLeo to third on the sacrifice.
And nice job by Whaley. You mentioned, yeah, you got to change directions at that point, and he does so, gets the batter, and the second out of the inning. Over to third is Jack DeLeo. And now the extra hitter for New Jersey, 10th in the lineup. Correction, this is Chris Blooney. Santa Maria is on deck. 2 outs in the inning. First pitch is high for a ball, 1-0.
Five runs on 3 hits and 2 walks, I believe. Is that correct?
I believe so. The pitch is outside. Two the count. Grubbs looks in. Pitch. Outside edge for a strike. 2-1.
Nice job by Grubbs battling, getting the strike over. It's going to be interesting to see what East Tennessee does with the pitching staff. Again, running up over 40 pitches in the first inning, you got to think 2 innings is going to be about the max for Grubbs today.
That just missed outside. He is up over 40 now.
And they have a plethora of arms. They've thrown 5 or 6 different guys that we've seen. We've seen McCormick, Shelton, Whaley, Graves, I believe, has thrown a little bit.
3-1. Popped up out of play. And the count's full at 3-2.
With East Tennessee having the day off tomorrow, it would not have near the effect on on the knockout round if they were able to come back and win this game either.
That was inside, and that'll be a walk for Blooney. Now to put runners at the corners for New Jersey and Drew Santa Maria.
As New Jersey has now brought everyone through the lineup to the plate.
All 10 hitters have stepped in there here in the top half of the first. 5-0 New Jersey over East Tennessee. Just 1 error in the inning. There are 2 outs. Grubbs looks in from the stretch. First pitch is high for a ball, 1-0.
Over on the other field, through 3.5, it is Sarasota, Florida 1, Newtown, Connecticut 0. This is a big game going on the other field as well, as Sarasota's 1-1, Newtown's 0-2.
That pitch misses inside, 2-0. Yeah, today is moving day, if you will. Kind of like the third round of a major.
It's the exact thought I had coming over here. It's just, it's Sunday moving day instead of Saturday.
That's right. PGA Championship, of course, the final round is happening right now. Strike of the outside edge, 2-1 over in Charlotte, North Carolina, Quail Hollow. Lived there for 10 years, and the Wells Fargo and the Wachovia Championship played there. That's a beautiful golf course.
Course is winning so far this week, which is the way it should be in majors.
Absolutely. There's a ball lifted into center field, and it's going to drop for a hit, and a run scores. Runners move up 1 base at first and second. Now 6-0 after the RBI single for Drew Santa Maria.
And it looks like we're going to get a visit from the coach, which will be the second inning. That will result in a pitching change for East Tennessee.
So 47 pitches now for Grubbs.
Looks like it's going to be Preston Shelton, the shortstop, coming to the mound as he's taking off batting gloves. Things like that. That's going to be the case. McCormick is hanging on to his first base mitt. Going to stay there. Grubbs may go to short, potentially, or he may go to left field. Bringing Colton Barber to third, Oliver to second, Whaley to short has been the rotation that's taken place so far. That's a lot. That's a mouthful, but that's kind of the way they've played this out in the tournament.
There you go. All right, we'll take a break. We'll straighten it all out. And when we return, we'll have the new pitcher and the new defensive alignment for Marshall County, Tennessee. New Jersey up 6-0, top of the first, 2017 Babe Ruth World Series live on Exports TV.
Jared Valentine Enterprises in Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
The announcer's wardrobe has been provided by HD Ink. For all your screen printing and embroidery needs, give owner Phil Hooper a call at 931-201-2961 or email him at hdink2010@gmail.com. HD Ink, the official apparel provider of the X Sports Radio Network. Welcome back to Denver Trap Field. Marshall County, Tennessee trailing 6-0 to New Jersey as we got a new pitcher. Brad, if you'll run down the defensive changes for Marshall County.
Absolutely. It's going to be Preston Shelton moving from shortstop to the mound. Walker Whaley from second to short. Spence Oliver from third to second. Colton Barber comes in from left field to third, and Grubbs, the pitcher, goes to left field.
There you go. What he said. Shelton with the first pitch over for a strike to Austin Hodges, who walked his first time, came around to score. That was this inning, of course. 6-0 New Jersey up. That pitch is fouled away.
We are nearing 25 minutes, I believe, into the top half of the first inning.
We are. The 0-2. It's popped up the right side and caught by McCormick. And that'll end the inning. But not after New Jersey strikes first. 6 runs at the top of the first. Marshall County, Tennessee coming to the plate. We'll have it for you when we return to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee and the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series live on X Sports TV.
Darrell Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee and the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Head to the bottom of the first. New Jersey up 6-0 on Marshall County, Tennessee. And Marshall County will send their lineup, which looks like this. Preston Shelton will lead things off, followed by Walker Whaley, and then Spence Oliver will bat third. Batting cleanup, Matthew McCormick. Hitting fifth, Zach Graves. Austin Grubbs is hitting sixth. Batting seventh, Colton Barber. Blake Aldridge bats eighth, and Jake Singleton is batting ninth. And the defensive alignment for New Jersey on the mound to be Luke Potts. And catching today is Justin Lockwood. Third base is Jack DeLeo. At short, Austin Hodges. At second base will be Chris Blooney. And at first base, Josh Eisenberg. The outfield from left to right, William Reeder, Ian Muni, and Teddy Durbin.
Well, if you're the coaching staff for New Jersey right now, there's one message to your pitcher, Potts. It is put it over the middle of the plate and no free walks. Throw a lot of strikes, make them earn it as you jumped up to a quick 6-0 lead. Top half of the first, get back in quickly and get the bats going.
So the first pitch from Potts. The leadoff hitter, Preston Shelton, is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Nice curveball. Wow, that fell in there nicely. 0-2.
Absolutely. When you come out and throw your breaking ball for a strike to the leadoff batter, that makes you feel a little more comfortable. Feel like you can throw any pitch in the arsenal when you do that.
There's a hot grounder. Gets through the infield.
Caught a little too much of the plate with the 0-2 fastball down and in to Shelton as he rips it through the left side for a leadoff single. That will bring Walker Whaley to the plate.
So runner at first, leadoff hitter on for Marshall County. Here in the bottom of the first. Throw over to first.
Potts from the stretch.
And here's the pitch. Misses for a ball, 1-0 the count. Potts gets the call. There's the pitch. Popped out of play.
Nice secondary lead by Shelton over at first base. Ball that scoots away from Lockwood at all, he's going to be gone to second quickly.
No outs, bottom of the first, 6-0 New Jersey over Marshall County, Tennessee. He squares around to bunt. Gets it down and play at first. Nobody's there. And it gets into right field, and making his way to third is Shelton. So runners will be at the corners with nobody out here in the bottom of the first.
Tough pitch to get the bunt down for Whaley. Way inside. You got the barrel on it. Pushed it toward first base. Second baseman was playing too far up the middle and unable to cover in time. That will bring Spence Oliver to the plate for Marshall County with a runner in scoring position.
So a chance for Marshall County to hit back, if you will. Gave up 6 runs in the top half of the first. And an error on the throw, the first one for New Jersey. Oh, all-speed pitch, unable to pick that one up as Oliver 0-1 the count.
Nice breaking ball by Potts.
Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. Bunt once again, and it was a safety squeeze, and it works to perfection as Marshall County gets the run as Shelton comes in, and Whaley moves to second. There's one out now in the inning.
This East Tennessee team is not afraid to play small ball. It's to their benefit as they don't have a lot of guys on the team that are going to wear the warning track or the wall out. Oliver executed it well that time.
That pitch misses outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. The hitter, Matthew McCormick. Hits on the right side. Potts delivers. Inside edge for a strike count, even in 1-1.
It's nice discipline by the East Tennessee coaching staff, realizing getting 1 or 2 right here and starting to chip away is a big deal. You're playing with a 15-year-old team to where momentum can have a huge impact on the game.
Absolutely, that pitch misses. And it's 2-1. Whaley at second. McCormick, your hitter. 1 out in the inning. Bottom of the first, 6-1 New Jersey over Marshall County, Tennessee. Pitch. Grounder. Up with it is Hodges. On to first in time to get the batter for the second out of the inning. Moving to third is Whaley. And there are 2 outs in the inning.
Nice play by Hodges, ranging to his left, glove hand side, stays down, fields it cleanly, and throws a strike across for the second out of the inning. Graves had a whale of a ball game last night against Connecticut. Ripped the ball.
That pitch misses for a ball, 1-0.
Had a huge right center gap shot double that plated 2 runs late in the game.
Curveball just misses. 2-0. It's popped up back towards us.
It appears that one of the fans in our grandstand here took a foul ball to the back or the back of the head. I'm not sure which.
shoulder.
Okay.
Left shoulder, yeah.
Getting a little treatment there. They brought her ice pack. I think she'll be okay. I believe that actually might be none other than Sandy Cook, school nurse. And there's another one right at her. Jim Donnelly catches it in his West Windsor hat that he's been given as one of the host ambassadors. Nice play, Jim Donnelly.
That's great.
Two count.
There are 2 outs. Potts. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Luke Potts get out of the inning. But not before Marshall County puts 1 run on the board on 1 hit. There's 1 error, 1 runner left on base. We played 1 full inning. Your score, New Jersey 6, East Tennessee 1. This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series live on X-Sports TV.
Dare Valentine Enterprises in Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Denver Trap Field, 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. JP playing alongside Brad Nielsen as we have Windsor-Plainsboro, New Jersey, up 6-1 over East Tennessee. Champs from Marshall County, Tennessee, 6-1 your score. And nice little bounce back there for Marshall County just to get something on the board after that erratic top half of the first. And maybe kept them in. If they can get a couple of innings with holding West Windsor with nothing on there, they're still in this ball game.
Oh, absolutely. This game's a long way from over. 15-year-old baseball, you can put big numbers up, as we've seen in this tournament. We've had a couple 7, 8, and 9 spots put up in 1 inning. So the game is still very much in reach. It was huge for East Tennessee to get in and catch their breath, get a few runners on, and see something positive happen as they take the field to start the top of the 2nd inning.
So it'll be Potts, Muni, and Eisenberg, 2, 3, 4 hitters for New Jersey, as Potts takes a strike on the outside edge, 0-1 the count. Working quickly is Shelton. That ball is lifted foul down the right side, out of play. And the count now 0-2.
Potts removes the batting gloves after fouling that one off. Rubs a little dirt on it, and he's ready to go. 0-2 count facing Shelton.
Here it is. And that misses high, 1-2.
Shelton working ahead. That's not something we saw in the first inning from East Tennessee.
Hot fly out of play once again.
And over on Tom Cruise is now tied up 1-1 between Sarasota, Florida and Newtown, Connecticut.
The game has a lot of meaning over there for division standings. That pitch misses low, 2-2. You can watch that game. Cam Mashburn on the call. I believe Stanley G. Wilson will be joining him if he hasn't already. The 2-2. There's a grounder. And gets through for a leadoff single for New Jersey and Luke Potts.
Nice defensive swing by Potts. Put the ball in play. See, nice single up the middle. And that game, it appears, is in the top of the 5th. Sarasota has a runner at second base with no outs.
So the hitter is Ian Muni. First pitch to him. This is inside for a ball. 1-0 the count.
Muni ripped one down the first base line, his first at bat. Scoring one, leaving New Jersey with runners at second and third that started that 6-run rally.
There's a grounder up the middle. on to second for one, and that's about it. As Potts does a nice job. Oh, they're going to call him out. I thought he had made a fair slide to break up the double play, but the umpire there has now called Muni out as well as runner interference at second base.
As Coach DeLeo, the third base coach for New Jersey, wanted an explanation, but Sean Booney is the manager, and that's who they wanted to talk to in this situation. Did not look like an egregious slide, really, as Whaley was straddling the bag as he received the throw from Oliver. Nonetheless, 2 outs, top of the second, no one aboard.
And Eisenberg rips one and nearly caught on a diving catch, but it falls short as out in left field for Marshall County.
Austin Grubbs.
Yep, Grubbs unable to pick that one up. That would have been an outstanding catch. He was playing in, surprisingly so, with Eisenberg. He's got decent power.
Eisenberg's a big kid to be playing shallow in left field on. Apparently they had the scouting report right with that pitch.
Yeah, he was in the right spot for that one. So the hitter, William Reeder. There are 2 outs in. Not much of a lead for Eisenberg. I don't think he's going to be stealing base. Pitch is inside.
Shelton's done a good job so far. He's found the strike zone, gotten a couple ground balls. It's exactly what East Tennessee needed.
The 1-0. The right side towards the hole. Going to be a tough play by Oliver, and safe at first. And he's out because he made the turn. He made the turn inside the line before he got back to the bag. And a heads-up move there by Oliver, or McCormick, rather, to make the tag.
Absolutely. It was kind of an odd play. The throw pulled McCormick to the backside of the bag as he reached, being left-handed. Rader tried to turn around him and not plant him and ended up coming back into the field to play. That's 2 kind of odd outs for New Jersey.
All right, so we head to the bottom half of inning 2. Still 6-1 New Jersey over East Tennessee. This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series live on X Sports TV.
Gerald Valentine Enterprises in Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Well, a couple of interesting plays there in the top half of inning 2. Runner interference, trying to break up a double play by Luke Potts, called Muni out. And then the next hitter rounded first a little too much on a bang-bang play at first. And McCormick tagged him before he could get back to the bag for the 3rd out of the inning. 6-1 your score. New Jersey and East Tennessee from Marshall County. First pitch from Potts. Misses outside. 1-0 the count.
Grubbs, the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the second for East Tennessee, the starting pitcher now in left field.
Takes a pitch inside. I believe it's 2-0 it is. 2-0 the count. Striking the outside edge, 2-1. Colton Barber on deck, followed by Blake Aldridge. And in the bottom of the order, and Jake Singleton for Marshall County, if anyone can reach safely. The 2-1 from Potts. Inside, 3-1.
On Tom Cruise, the adjacent field, Florida now leads 3-1, still top of the 5th. Florida also has, Sarasota team has a no-hitter going through 4.
They sure do. The 6-1. Their score, and over here, and that pitch is inside. So a walk to lead off the inning. The 3-1, I should say. I was looked at the score when I said that. So Barber will step up to the plate.
Barber's a strong kid. You do not want to miss to the inner half with him, or he can rip it to left field.
Pitch is a little high from Luke Potts. 1-0 the count. Luke Bragg comes with a little bit of a side, not quite over the top, and a little bit to the side there. A little different delivery than what you might see on a regular basis. There's a strike.
It's kind of a short motion, but it does create some run on the fastball against the right-hander.
Yeah, a little delay as it comes out of the hand can make it difficult to pick up. The 1-1. Throw over to first. Back safely is Grubbs. New Jersey 1-1 in pool play. Marshall County 1-2. So everybody in the National Division chasing Tri-Valley, California. There's a big cut, swing, foul tip, and it's 1-2.
Nice change of pace on the breaking ball. He almost that was a little slower than I think Barber expected the breaking ball to even be.
One-two, lifted into right field. Going back is Durbin, makes the play, and retreating is Grubbs. One out here in the bottom of the second.
Leadoff runner aboard is stranded at first for the moment, as Barber's unable to move him over. Aldridge, the lefty at the plate for East Tennessee.
First pitch to him. Striking the outside edge.
Lockwood set up over the black part of the plate and hit it dead in the mitt. Beautiful first pitch.
Potts comes to the plate. And misses. 1-1. Aldridge squared around briefly. In at the corner at third is DeLeo, just in case. That pitch is high. 2-1.
Anytime you're playing this East Tennessee club, you have to be thinking bunt constantly, because they're going to lay down 5, 6, 7 bunts a game.
Swing and a miss. Big cut by Blake Aldridge. 2 strikes now with 2 balls. 1 out in the inning. Runner at first for Marshall County, Tennessee. They trail New Jersey 6-1 in the bottom of the second. The pitch. Strike 3, outside edge. Curveball came in late. And a beautiful pitch there by Luke Potts to get the second out of the inning.
Potts has really located the breaking ball very well through 2 innings. Not throwing it a lot, but just enough to keep the East Tennessee batters off balance.
So with Grubb still at first, your hitter is Jake Singleton, number 8.
Would not surprise me at all to see Grubbs take off right here. Both middle infielders are playing a long way from second. Cover would be very difficult.
Big cut there, foul tip in the mid. Count even at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Ooh, nearly hit him.
I think he said I lost a few arm hairs there.
Singleton tried to sell it. Oh. The 2-1.
The heat off the fastball
Yep.
left a rash.
That pitch is fouled away. And giving chase is Eisenberg. Runs in the fence as the ball lands in the stands. Preston Shelton, leadoff hitter on deck, if Singleton can reach. The 2-2 curveball came inside again, and we're full 3-2.
This has been a a little bit different at bat as you're seeing him bail out after the fastball. He left the elbow up there.
And throw over to first. Diving back is Grubbs safely.
Nine-hole hitter for this Marshall County club.
There goes the runner. Slow chopper to short, on to first. In time for the third out of the inning. Nice play, Austin Hodges, to retire Marshall County in the second. Still 6-1 your score as we head to the third. We'll be back after this short timeout on X-Sports TV.
Gerald Valentine Enterprises in Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X-Sports Radio Network.
Interested in purchasing photos from the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series? Visit MacBrownPhoto.com or send them an email requesting your player to team at info@MacBrownPhoto.com. Mac Brown Photographers, the official studio of X-Sports Nation and of the 2017 15-year-old Babe Ruth World Series. Mac Brown Photographers, creating tomorrow's memories. We welcome you back to the Parks Lumber Perch, here at Denver Trap Field as we head to the top half of the third. New Jersey up 6-1 over East Tennessee and the Marshall County champs. And here to take you through the middle part of this baseball game, Mr. Brad Nielsen.
Welcome back in. 6-1 is your lead for New Jersey as we head to the third. East Tennessee got a leadoff runner aboard in the second, unable to do anything with it. Next three batters are retired, so needing to get some quick stops here are the East Tennessee All-Stars. Still 3-1 on the other field as they head to the bottom of the fifth. Sarasota, Florida leads Newtown, Connecticut in a very crucial game for both of those teams as pool play starts to wind down. First pitch to DeLeo is a swing and miss on a high fastball. Shelton works ahead in the top of the third. Pitch down the zone, evens the count at 1-1. Outfielders continue to play pretty shallow in this game. Fastball a little bit outside. Graves unable to glove it. 2-1 your count to DeLeo, looking to be a leadoff for this New Jersey club. Ball three just off the plate. I believe 3 of the 4 leadoff hitters have reached base safely in this game thus far. Fouled up and over our head, out of play. Nice pitch by Shelton, battling back with a 3-1 count to make it full at 3-2. DeLeo, the 6-hole hitter for New Jersey. Breaking ball just a bit high from Shelton, and that will put DeLeo on board with the walk. 4 or 5 leadoff hitters now have reached base safely in this game through 2 innings, 5 leadoff at batters. And that will bring Teddy Durbin to the plate. Ball up.
Yeah, the hitter at each half inning so far in this game has reached.
DeLeo gets his lead as Shelton comes set. Small lead at first. Fastball just inside at the knees. 2-0 to Durbin. So if you are Coach DeLeo at third base, are you telling him to take now, or are you going to give him the green light with the hitter's count?
Let him swing away this early in the ball game.
I agree. I think you give him a small zone, tell him one pitch, and try to burn one of the outfielders if you get the one you like. Throw over to first, not in time. And the pitch is down and outside, 3-0. And that strategy completely changes now. As 3-0, you're going to make the pitcher work. Struggling to find the zone. And that pitch is low. Graves unable to glove it. Going to be runners at first and second to start the third inning for New Jersey. Catcher Lockwood headed to the plate. And we're going to have a visit from, I believe that's Coach Bradford for East Tennessee. Trying to settle his guys down, knowing he needs to keep this at a 5-run deficit, not allow New Jersey to extend this lead.
Yeah, it's still really early. Of course, just in the top half of the third, and just a 5-run deficit. That could change in a heartbeat. And Marshall County is proved last night against Newtown, Connecticut, they can score some runs and quickly.
Absolutely. They put 9 on the board last night and probably could have had a few more. Newtown made a couple really nice defensive plays.
And the no-hitter has been broken up. We do have a hit for Connecticut, as they are now in the top half of the 6th inning, I do believe. Still 3-1 Florida.
Shelton comes set. And Lockwood takes a hack at the first pitch, a little up in the zone. Looked good, but unable to get his hands on top of it. A little bit interesting to me on this, JP, is the East Tennessee team with runners at first and second, no outs, is not holding the runner at first to give you a chance at a double play ball. Fastball down into Lockwood. He swings through it 0-2 quickly.
Yeah, they're paying a lot of attention to the runner at second, and Oliver is more on the bag, as you can see there. And so I guess if you're holding somebody at first, that is a huge hole if they're both on the bag. So
that one right there. This ball's grounded toward first. McCormick able to glove it and recovers to make the play on Lockwood. Really a nice effort by McCormick to stay with that. Ranging to his glove side, being left-handed. Gets enough leather to get the force out at first. Runners at second and third, 1 out, top of the third for New Jersey, as Blooney will come to the plate. Chris Blooney, the second baseman for New Jersey. Shelton going from the stretch. And pitches in there with the fastball for a strike. Big lead at second. Grounder to second. Only play for Oliver is going to be to go to first. Nice job by Blooney rolling the ball to the right side. That will score DeLeo to extend the lead to 7-1 in favor of New Jersey. Teddy Durbin moves up to third on the ground ball to the right side.
yeah, New Jersey's done a nice job of that station-to-station type of baseball in their offense. You don't have to hit it hard every time.
Absolutely, no strikeouts. Santa Maria steps in, the EH in this game. Chance to extend the lead with Durbin standing on third base right now, looking for a way home. Fouled back to the screen, and it's quickly 0-2 as Shelton gets ahead of Santa Maria. Graves is working Shelton pretty hard. He short hopped him about 3 times on the throws back to the pitcher today. Santa Maria looks in. Breaking ball just up and away. Nice 0-2 pitch from Shelton. Throw the one you want him to chase. Shelton now going from the windup. Durbin at third should be able to get a good secondary lead. Little chopper back at the mound. Fielded by Shelton. Underhands it over to McCormick, and that will do it for the top half of the third. Through 2.5. New Jersey 7, East Tennessee 1. This is X Sports TV. We will be back to Denver Trap Field in Lawrenceburg, side of the Babe Ruth World Series 2017 in just a moment.
Valentine Enterprises in Main Street, Lawrenceburg Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Daryl Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Denver Trap Field in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee on a nice Sunday afternoon, a little overcast as we get set for the bottom half of the third inning between New Jersey and East Tennessee in the third game for New Jersey, fourth for East Tennessee in pool play. Preston Shelton will lead off the bottom of the third for East Tennessee. First pitch from Potts lifted high into there, shallow left field. Shortstop is under it and makes the play. Nice play by Austin Hodges. I like to see the two hands on that.
Yeah, good to see the fundamentals.
That will bring Walker Whaley to the plate for East Tennessee, looking to get something started in the third with one away. Potts fastball fouled out over the first base dugout.
Yeah, this age group, you're still somewhat young enough. You can still learn some fundamentals. There's no question about that.
Absolutely. Two hands is always better than one.
That's right.
Nice breaking ball by Potts in there for strike two. Quickly behind is Whaley at 0-2. Going to have to shorten up and get a little bit defensive, trying to get on base and get a one-out rally going. Potts from the windup fires high fastball, ball one. Not a bad pitch. Potts first inning gave up one or two hits on 0-2 pitches where he left him over the plate too much. And Whaley swings through it on the outside fastball, and that is the second out of the inning for Potts. Bringing Spence Oliver, currently the second baseman for East Tennessee, to the plate. Oliver had a sacrifice bunt, his first plate appearance of the day. First pitch fastball fouled out of play. Both teams have really settled down after that first inning. Potts toes the rubber, gets ready to go from the windup with no one on base. Breaking ball ripped into left field. Nice swing by Spence Oliver, going down and getting the barrel on it. Two out single for Oliver will bring first baseman Matthew McCormick to the plate. McCormick grounded out his first appearance of the day. First pitch swing, high fly ball to left field. And that's going to be brought in by William Rader to end the inning. Through three, New Jersey leads 7-1 from Denver Trap Field in Lawrenceburg. This is X Sports TV. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
And Main Street Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Daryl Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back into Denver Trap Field in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, on the campus of Lawrence County High School. We head to the top of the fourth inning between New Jersey and East Tennessee in pool play for the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Got through the first inning with some fireworks, to say the least, from this New Jersey team. They put 6 on the board. East Tennessee came back, got 1 to chip away at it. New Jersey added 1 in the third, and that's where we stand currently, is 7-1. Both teams have played pretty well after the first half of first inning, which New Jersey just took advantage of a couple of opportunities, a few errors by the East Tennessee club, but it will be Sean Hodges, the shortstop, leading off for New Jersey. He has been on base 1 out of 2 times with a walk and a fly out. Shelton from the windup for East Tennessee. First pitch swinging, driven into right field, and misplayed by the right fielder. Hodges never checked up, is stretching it, trying to get to a double. Slides in safely for a leadoff double. Is Hodges. That ball just carried a little bit more than the right fielder saw it coming off the bat. Tough play for Singleton. And with that, that'll bring Potts to the plate. With a runner in scoring position, no outs for New Jersey in the top of the fourth. Shelton turns, fires to second, not in time, as Hodges comes back in on his belly. Talked about it several times. Oliver holding him tight. Big hole on the right side, ripped down the left field line, just fair. That's going to plate Hodges as he rounds third. He's going to be up. Potts heading into second base with a stand-up double. He swaps with his teammate Hodges. Back-to-back doubles to open up the top of the fourth for New Jersey. 8-1 is your score. Fastball down and in, and he sat on it. That will bring up Ian Muni, the 3-hole hitter. Oh, nice move to second. Ooh. Almost had him.
Oh, wow. The glove of the ball met with the chest of Luke Potts.
That's one that bang, bang play. Fastball outside to Muni. Muni's a big, strong left-handed kid. Ripped it down the first base line, his first at bat for a double. Fielder's choice, his second at bat. Just off the plate outside is the offer from Shelton. Shelton really needs a ground ball to McCormick at first or something for an easy put out. And ball 3 as he stays outside. Saying McCormick because Muni seems to be a pull hitter from every at bat I've seen thus far from him. Shelton realizing that, trying to stay away. And there's a called strike on the inner half. 3-1's the count. Potts getting a lead at second. Shortstop Whaley holding back to his position. Little flare foul ball over the New Jersey dugout on the third base side. Runs the count full. Nice job by Shelton battling back from a 3-0 deficit on this at bat. It is now Sarasota, Florida 6, Connecticut 1, as there's a foul ball hit to the third base side, and that's going to be brought in by Colton Barber for the first out of the inning. That will bring Josh Eisenberg, the first baseman, to the plate. Potts still at second base after back-to-back doubles to lead off the inning for New Jersey. Eisenberg checks his swing on an inside fastball. Breaking ball driven into right center field. That's a gap shot. Eisenberg rounding first. Potts cruising toward home plate. And with the third double of the inning by New Jersey, the score is now 9-1. in favor of the boys from New Jersey over East Tennessee. That was a nice piece of hitting by Eisenberg. Got a breaking ball over the outside half and went with it, drove it to the right side. The center fielder had no chance of making a play on that.
Well, it sounded incredible.
And quickly, Rader first pitch swinging. Little dribbler back to the pitcher, throws to McCormick at first, shoots across to third. Not in time as Eisenberg advances on the throw to first base. 2 outs. Eisenberg stands at third. DeLeo coming to the plate with a chance to make it 10-1 with a base hit. Shelton will go from the windup. Eisenberg getting a nice secondary lead. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Going to be just out of play.
Yeah, there is so much foul territory here at Denver Trap.
It's great for viewing, though.
Yes, oh, absolutely.
Because your lines of sight are not obstructed like they are at a lot of parks where it quickly comes in with the dugouts and not much down the left field lines. It's really a nice park to watch baseball in.
Absolutely.
Second pitch to DeLeo is down in the zone, 1-1. And as we mentioned earlier, catchers have to work their tail off in this park because a pass ball is just guaranteed to run if there's somebody on base. Flair out to right. Spence Oliver going back, unable to make the play. Hit off the end of his glove, turns, throws it over Whaley's head at second base. Barber backs it up. DeLeo says, I'm good where I am. He's on with a single. That plates Eisenberg to make it 10-1 now on 10 hits in the top of the fourth for New Jersey. And it looks like we're going to have a substitution. Jake Nadelman will now come in place of Teddy Durbin. First pitch from Shelton, breaking ball in there for a strike. Shelton's actually pitched pretty well. He's given up 2 or 3 hard to hit balls, but they've been just out of the reach of his fielders. Nadelman a little late on the fastball down and in. Quickly 0-2.
As mentioned earlier, New Jersey not necessarily hitting the ball all that hard in many instances, but just in the perfect spots. Marshall County can't buy a break right now.
And high fastball. Nadelman unable to catch up to it. And with that, we're through 3.5. New Jersey 10, East Tennessee 1. This is X Sports TV. We'll be right back at the Babe Ruth World Series from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
In Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
And welcome back into Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, home of the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. As we head to the bottom of the fourth inning between New Jersey and East Tennessee, we are going to have a pitching change, it appears, for West Windsor-Plainsboro, New Jersey. Looks like Jack DeLeo will be moving from third base to the mound. Hodges will move over from short to third. And Luke Potts, your starting pitcher, I believe, yes, is going to be at shortstop. With a 10-1 lead, making the pitching change, trying to keep pitch counts down. For those of you that don't know, Babe Ruth has implemented a new pitching rule to where up to 45 pitches, you can come back the next day without any rest. If you go between 46 and 75 pitches, there's a mandatory 1 day of rest in between appearances. And if you go from 76 to a daily maximum of 95 pitches that requires 2 days of rest. These coaches are well versed on these rules, and it really becomes a strategic play as you move through pool play and getting closer to knockout rounds to keep your guys at numbers that you can bring them back, one, for their safety, and it's a great job by Babe Ruth Baseball putting these rules in to help protect the players from the competitive spirit that takes place during the game sometimes when you don't want to pull a kid when you might should. First pitch is hit hard down the left field line, going foul. Outfielder almost makes the play. That was a nice effort right there. I didn't think there was any chance he was going to get to that.
Yeah, it really was.
William Rader, I believe, is who's in left field. Tried to make a sliding catch. But anyway, that's the reason when we talk about pitch counts, that's the reasoning behind it. The coaches do a lot of strategic moves to try to keep guys under those numbers so they can bring them back a little quicker. Hanging breaking ball driven almost to the same spot. And quickly behind 0-2 is Zach Graves. Two really good swings. DeLeo from the windup. High fastball. Got him to chase it out of the zone, but he fouls it back out of play. One of the spectators, Ashton White, trying to make a one-handed grab to protect somebody.
Got to keep your heads up as you're walking around the ballpark here. 2 games going at once.
And the offering from DeLeo. Fouled back again by Graves. Graves with a nice at-bat. Had the barrel on it 4 times. Looking for one he can drive back up the middle. Trailing 10-1. You can't get it all back with one swing. You got to be disciplined, get a lot of runners on. Taking some pitches might be a good idea, not 0-2 though. And that's fouled over the third base dugout.
And Brad, back to something you were talking about with the pitch count. They've also implemented these pitch count trackers on the front of these press boxes so the players, coaches, umpires, everybody can clearly see what the official pitch count is, because it's incumbent on the managers to make sure that they get their pitchers out if you're above 95.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a called third strike over the outside part of the plate. Nice pitch from DeLeo in the first batter he faces. The other thing on that point, JP, there's someone in the press box, official score, doing this. This is not something that both coaches are doing.
That's
they're
right.
keeping the others count.
That's all they're doing.
That's
one
all
person
they're doing. It is a very dedicated
tracking the
job
counts.
to make sure that they are correct on this. And what looked to be a breaking ball. Did a little spinning, no breaking, stayed high and inside. And the batter will be Austin Grubbs, the left fielder for East Tennessee, with 1 down in the bottom of the 4th. Fastball down and away. 2-0 the count.
Looks like Luke, hand slipped a little bit. He tried to rub it on his pants, now grabbed the rosin. Those last 2 pitches obviously slipped out a little bit.
And the pitch driven into the right center gap. That's going to be a hit. Racing over is the right fielder. Picks it up. Grubb's going to be in with a stand-up double. Nice piece of hitting. Got an outside pitch and drove it into the right center gap. That will bring Colton Barber to the plate, third baseman. He hit one just about to the same spot his last at bat. However, the center fielder, Muni, was shaded that way, made the play. Said it before, I'll say it again. You don't want to miss inside the Barber. He pulls his left foot just a touch, and he can rip it to the left side. Just under one, he lifts one high. Shortstop calling it off. Potts, 2 hands, makes the grab. And on the other field, it is 6-1 as they head to the top of the 7th inning. Sarasota has a runner on second that I can see with 2 outs. Connecticut needing a rally to pick up a win in pool play. DeLeo from the stretch. Ball is fouled back and out of play by number 40, Jake Wallace. Wallace batting in place of Blake Aldridge. DeLeo looks in, gets the sign, comes set. Pitch. Hit into right center field. Muni got a good jump on it, and the lefty's there to make the grab. That'll do it for the 4th inning. As we head to the top of the 5th, it is 10-1 in favor of New Jersey over East Tennessee. This is the X Sports TV network. We'll be back to Lawrenceburg with the rest of the game shortly.
Main Street Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to the 15-year-old Babe Ruth World Series in our broadcast position. The Parks Lumber Perch, Denver Trap Field, New Jersey, leading 10-1 over East Tennessee. And as we head to the top of the 5th, we are in 10-run rule territory now. And a run for New Jersey and 3 outs. And this game could be over. But New Jersey's looking good. You know they'd love to have that extra rest.
Absolutely. As we talked about with the pitching rules, ending a game in 5 innings is a huge advantage as you move forward, saving, on average, probably 30 to 40 pitches over the 6th and 7th inning. Lockwood will be the leadoff hitter, the catcher for New Jersey. Lockwood, Blueny, and Santa Maria are the guys in order. Shelton from the windup, first pitch, just off the plate outside. 10 runs on 10 hits with 1 error for New Jersey. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for East Tennessee. Fastball outside. Lockwood ahead 2-0. That's right down Broadway. 2-1. Nice pitch by Shelton. Hit into the left center gap, kind of shallow. Racing is the center fielder. Nice play by the center fielder. Blake Aldridge with a sliding catch. Beautiful play. Lockwood thought he had a hit on that one. And that brings the second baseman, Chris Blueny, to the plate. Son of manager Sean Blueny. First pitch in there for a strike from Preston Shelton. Oh, what a nice breaking ball by Shelton. Blueny fooled and waved at that one as it went by just off the outside part of the plate. 0-2. And strike 3 gets by the catcher. Blueny racing to first base to throw. Pulls McCormick off the bag. He's going to be on base. So the runner will be aboard. Tough play all the way around. It was an outside fastball that got away from Graves. Blueny alertly took off, able to beat it out. So we now have Blueny on first with 1 out. Santa Maria at the plate. Fastball down away. Graves gloves it.
And that's kind of the way things have been going for Marshall County today.
And Judd Patrone is on deck for West Windsor. Spence Oliver comes in to give his pitcher Shelton a word of encouragement. And breaking ball just a little high as Graves comes up from his crouch. 2-0.
And you may see the sky's getting a little darker.
Pitch in there for a strike.
Is looking at the radar, Brad. We've got some rain to our west, and it is heading in this direction. Nothing too serious, but we could have some rain in the next half hour to an hour.
Gotcha. 3-1 as the breaking ball misses. I will tell you this, for those watching at home, the grounds crew is ready here.
Oh, yes.
They have full tarps for both fields. In the event we get some rain, it's not just a complete washout. They can quickly get these fields ready. They have been built correctly with a sand base in them so that they can absorb some water, and they drain pretty good as well. Fouled back by Santa Maria. Worst case is we get to watch a little nightcap.
There you go. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be a complete washout, but you never can tell. Originally, the forecast today was for no chance of rain, but things have built up.
Ground ball by Santa Maria. Fielded by the shortstop Whaley to Oliver for one. In time, they say. They roll the double play to get out of the inning. Through 4.5. New Jersey 10. East Tennessee 1. This is X Sports TV. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th right after this.
In Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back into Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, Denver Track Field on the campus of Lawrence County High School. This is Babe Ruth World Series Baseball with Brad Nielsen and J.P. Plant for X Sports TV. As we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, the score is 10-1 in favor of New Jersey over Marshall County, Tennessee. And we will have a pinch hitter, Matthew Fuller, coming to the plate for Marshall County. He has, in 3 plate appearances, I believe, reached base safely twice. He has shot one down the right field line for a single. Got a huge leadoff walk in the 7th inning of their game against Connecticut last night, which put a pinch runner in for him, and that was the 3rd insurance run as they won 9-6. First pitch to him is up in the zone for ball 1. And a swing and a miss on the outside fastball by Fuller. West Windsor playing Fuller straight away to all positions. Off the end of the bat, just foul to the first base side. 1-2 is the count on Fuller. DeLeo's done a nice job since he came to the game. He's thrown a lot of strikes, been efficient.
Yeah, that's what you want with the lead. Just throw strikes.
And possibly best of all, work quickly. And that's a rope right back up the middle for Fuller, as he has now reached base safely in 3 out of 4 plate appearances in this tournament.
What a shot.
That's the barrel. Absolute line drive right back up the middle. Nice job by Fuller. With that, Preston Shelton will step in at the top of the order for Marshall County.
Connecticut's fighting back. Bottom of the 7th. We'll get a score update here in just a moment.
First pitch by DeLeo in for a strike to Shelton.
Wow, they've got 3 runs now in the bottom half of the inning. It's 6-4.
Wow, some fireworks over on Tom Cruise Field. DeLeo comes set. Fuller with a small lead. Hanging breaking ball is fouled down the left field line. Over near the merchandise tent where you can pick up all of your Babe Ruth World Series trinkets,
right.
shirts, hats.
All kinds of stuff.
Had some really nice stuff.
Yep.
DeLeo comes set, the offering to Shelton. Spins a breaking ball off the end of the bat. The shortstop Potts. Potts fields it, goes to second for one. Not in time as they try to roll two.
And Florida has made a pitching change as the game is now a 2-run event. I believe a couple of runners on for Newtown, Connecticut. They're bottom of the 7th, 6-4.
Walker Whaley at the plate for East Tennessee. That's what we talk about. Kid had a no-hitter through 4 innings, and now it's a 2-run game with the tying run at the plate for Connecticut. No outs. First pitch by Blooney to Walker Whaley. The shortstop, just a bit outside. Little toss over to first base. Whaley looks as he comes set and pitches outside. Whaley ahead. The batter 2-0. Looking for a pitch he can drive. Whaley is 0 for 2 on the day. Nice job by DeLeo coming back, getting a strike. Pitch just a little bit up in the zone. For those of you watching, our vantage point is almost directly behind home plate, as is the camera. So when you see center fielder Muni shading toward left field, that's actually his natural position. He plays there so he can see around the pitcher and get a good jump off the bat. Pitches up for ball 4. 2 runners aboard for East Tennessee in the bottom of the 5th, looking to chip away at this 9-run deficit.
Speaking of 2 runners, the tying run is at second base for Newtown, Connecticut, with no outs in the bottom of the 7th. So a base hit could tie that one up.
Wow. If Connecticut were to come back and win that game, things would get really interesting in that side of the pool play, as the National would be very tight. And pitch to Oliver's fouled, out of play.
Yeah, I think that would certainly seal a first place seed for Tri-Valley, California, already 3-0.
Absolutely it would.
And then it's a race for second and third.
Then you would have Florida and Connecticut both at 1 and 2. Currently, East Tennessee is 1 and 2. New Jersey 1 and 1.
And New Jersey would win this one. That would almost seal them.
It would definitely come down to head-to-head
Yep.
runs allowed, because you're going to have a tie somewhere in that third spot moving into knockout play. Runners at first and second for East Tennessee. The pitch from DeLeo. Swung through and missed by Oliver. 1 and 2's the count. 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. Eisenberg playing close to the line, not exactly holding Whaley on first, so he's able to get a pretty substantial lead. They might be able to snap throw behind him. Ground ball up the middle, and Blooney unable to shift back to second base. Muni comes up, firing towards home. It's not going to be in time. Runners at the corners for East Tennessee as Preston Shelton crosses the plate to make it 10-2. That's one of the plays we were talking about earlier, and it's very difficult at any age, but especially at 14, 15-year-old baseball. Trying to hold the runner and sprint back to your natural position at second or short. If the ball's hit behind you, the quickness is just sometimes not quite there at 15 years old to change direction quickly and make that play. And the pitch to number 4, Matthew McCormick, the first baseman, in there for a strike.
Yeah, I was always taught to, when you're in the field, you start on your toes and lean in a little bit, and then when the ball's hit, you can start your direction.
Ball's lifted over toward Eisenberg at first base. He makes the play as Oliver races back to first. He came off the bag, got a huge secondary lead, and had to sprint back. 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. That'll bring Zach Graves to the plate, the catcher.
And the tying run now at third for Newtown, Connecticut, and a walk. There's one out. 6-5, your score, Florida leading over in Tom Cruise Field.
So
a
the
pass ball could tie it, Brad.
Winning run is at first.
Yep.
Ball is lifted high, right behind home plate. Catcher, what a nice play by Lockwood. Able to bring it in for the third out of the inning. As we've played 5, New Jersey 10, East Tennessee 2. This is X Sports TV. We'll be back for the top of the 6th momentarily.
Gerald Valentine Enterprises in Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Gerald Valentine Enterprises in Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back into Denver Trap Field in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee for the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. As we head to the top of the 6th inning, New Jersey leads 10-2 over East Tennessee. And JP and I are, from our vantage point, we can look out the press box window and see almost all of Tom Cruise Field, in which it's now 6-5, Florida leads. Bottom of the 7th, one out. Newtown, Connecticut with runners at first and third, trying to tie it up or win it in walk-off fashion for their first win of pool play. If Newtown were able to come back, in which
got a strikeout for the second out there.
Had a strikeout, so they're down to their last out with a tying run sitting at third base. If Newtown is able to come back and win that game, it would set up some fireworks tomorrow in the final day of pool play in the National Division. As we mentioned, Connecticut currently at 0-2. Tri-Valley, California firmly in the lead at 3-0. Sarasota, Florida 1-1. New Jersey at 1-1, and East Tennessee at 1-2 currently.
Yeah, and in that National Division, Tri-Valley, California 3-0 take on Sarasota, Florida, and Newtown, Connecticut, and West Windsor, New Jersey play tomorrow.
And the first pitch from Shelton to start off the 6th inning. Batter is number 22, Judd Patrone. And swinging ground ball, hit at the shortstop. Nice hop, throws to first. Short hops him, he's unable to bring it up as McCormick. Patrone on to start the inning for West Windsor. And that'll bring us back to Luke Potts. Shelton comes Seth offering, fouled over the right side. And we're trying to update you as best we can on this because it is important to what's going on in this bracket. It's a 1-0 count, runners at the corners for Newtown. 1-1 as Sarasota gets a strike. Snap throw by Shelton to first, not in time. Patrone back in safely. Pot stands in and Shelton comes set. The pitch just off the plate outside. 1-1 count. 2-1 count over in the Newtown-Sarasota game as we're kind of jumping back and forth momentarily. Snap throw to first, not in time to get Patrone.
Oh, there was a diving catch in left field to end the game. What a play. I mean, laid out head first.
That's an ESPN top 10 type deal there to end the game.
Oh, boy. What a finish.
Congratulations to Sarasota on their win. Potts rips a shot into left field. Breaking ball caught the middle of the plate, and Potts absolutely punished it. Runners at first and second for West Windsor. They are in business with no outs in the top of the 6th, looking to add some runs. That will bring in Muni, the lefty, to the plate.
So our first final of the day. Sarasota, Florida 6, Newtown, Connecticut 5.
And Muni fouls it up and over our head, out of play. Snap throw to second, over the base. Unable to field it is Walker Whaley. Patrone moves up to third. Potts to second. 2 runners in scoring position for West Windsor. No one out. 0-1 count to end Muni, the center fielder, 3-hole hitter for West Windsor.
So, well, with the final, Sarasota 6-5 over Newtown, Connecticut, 10-2 New Jersey over East Tennessee here on Timber Trap.
Pitch down. Nice stop by Graves. Shelton going from the stretch does give his catcher Graves a chance if the ball squirts away a little bit. Breaking ball, called strike over the outside part of the plate. 1-2 to Muni. Hangs a breaking ball over the inside. Muni turns and fouls it. Well foul down the right field line. Shelton now from the windup. And he paints the corner with a nice fastball for a called third strike. First out of the inning recorded by East Tennessee. With that, Potts at second, Patrone at third. First baseman Eisenberg steps in, looking for 2 RBIs. Pitch from Shelton, just down and away. Center fielder for East Tennessee shaded to the right side. And he had him played perfectly.
Yes,
Ball's
he did.
lifted towards center field. It's caught. They act like they're going to take off, but they're not going to run on that arm. Nice play by the center fielder, Aldridge. Comes up shooting and holds Patrone at third on a shallow fly ball from Eisenberg.
I think that's actually Wallace now who's made his way out there.
I apologize. That is Jake Wallace.
Had a lot of changeover defensively for Marshall County.
Nice throw by Wallace. First pitch to Raider, breaking ball outside. Cue ball just foul down the first base line.
That would have been
one
real
right
trouble.
Off the cap, yeah. That would have scored 2 for sure. And the windup from Shelton. Fastball, short hops his catcher Graves. Nice job blocking it up.
And Shelton is now in the upper 70s, 78 pitches total, so he'll have a 2-day rest coming if they are still involved.
Raider chops it foul. I believe it came up and hit him while he was still in the batter's box. 2-2 is the count to Raider. Raider drives it right up the middle. Nice play by Jake Wallace, recording 2 of the outs in the inning. With that, we move to the bottom of the 6th. 10-2 is your score. New Jersey leads East Tennessee on the X Sports TV network. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 6th inning.
In Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back into Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the Babe Ruth World Series. As we continue on in pool play from Denver Trap Field, we head to the bottom of the sixth. West Windsor, New Jersey leads Marshall County, Tennessee 10-2. And DeLeo will continue, Jack DeLeo will continue to be the pitcher for West Windsor. On the other field, it has wrapped up with Sarasota, Florida defeating Newtown, Connecticut on a diving catch by the left fielder to end the game in dramatic fashion. That moves Sarasota to 2-1 and Newtown to 0-3 in pool play. First pitch from Jack DeLeo down in the zone to Austin Grubbs, 1-0. DeLeo from the windup. Breaking ball just outside. As Lockwood backhands it. 2-0 the count to Grubbs. Fastball way outside. DeLeo struggling to find the zone as we start the bottom of the sixth. East Tennessee looking to get a runner aboard, trying to chip away at this lead as they have 6 outs remaining. And the pitch by DeLeo is in there for a strike. Joined by Cam Mashburn on the broadcast. He just came over from the Sarasota Newtown game. And a shot right back up the middle knocks DeLeo on his rear end, trying to get out of the way. And Grubbs will be aboard with a single to start the bottom of the sixth for East Tennessee. Tell us about the game next door.
Well, it wasn't much of a game for the first 5 innings, and in the 6th inning, Newtown was down 6-1 and made it a 1-run game, loaded up the bases with no outs, and had a bloop single, looked like it was going to fall in, and diving catch, of course, ended it. And if that ball gets down, it's going to the fence, and they're going to win the game. Newtown is, so it was a game-saving catch for sure, and he was the player of the game for that catch.
Very well deserved as Colton Barber, the third baseman, steps in. 1-0 the count on a fastball outside. DeLeo comes set. Right down Broadway is the fastball for a 1-1 count to even it up. Grubbs runs pretty well at first base. Drew a throw quickly from DeLeo. Has a decent lead. Looks like he's considering taking off. Breaking ball outside. Nice play by Lockwood to hold on to that one. For New Jersey, it's 10 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. East Tennessee, 2 runs on 5 hits and 4 errors. A little almost underhanded toss over to first base, trying to keep the runner honest. Barber looking for an inside fastball that he likes to try to drive it to left. Strike over the outside. Lockwood popped up pretty quick. The umpire did a nice job of staying with the call. Lockwood considering throwing behind Grubbs at first on that. 2-2 the count to Barber. Driven into the right center gap. Barber is going to be aboard. Grubbs heading to third. Cutoff comes into second. Going to be first and third. Nice piece of hitting by Colton Barber, driving the outside pitch to the right center gap. And just like that, East Tennessee is in business.
See what, he chased one well out of the zone there.
Outside part of the plate. He had a called strike over the outside corner on a fastball. Wasn't going to let it happen again. The result, runners at the corners. And this is going to be Jake Wallace at the plate for Marshall County. DeLeo from the stretch. And the pitch is going to be a little bit up. Ball 1 to Wallace. Do you run if you're at first base down 8, trying to take away the force play?
No.
Ball is lifted into shallow center field. Muni charging in, calls it. The lefty makes the grab. Looks at Grubbs as he's at third base, but no chance to tag. Muni caught it 10 feet off the infield dirt. One away in the bottom of the sixth.
2 outs, you run. That's a given.
And that's going to bring Matthew Fuller back to the plate. Had a single right up the middle last at bat. Fastball just off the plate from DeLeo. DeLeo kind of wanted that when he thought he had caught the black part of the plate. Barber at first. Not a real big lead throw behind him. Not in time as Eisenberg sweeps the tag. Fuller steps in, gets set at the plate. DeLeo with the pitch. Grounded foul down the first base side on a high fastball. Evens the count at 1-1. New Jersey looking to get out of a jam. 2 runners aboard with 1 out. Fuller pokes it right at Eisenberg. Line drive's caught. Almost tagged Colton Barber to double him up. Nice job by Barber getting back to first base quickly.
That was close.
Fuller has put the ball in play 4 out of 5 at bats in this tournament that I've seen. Reach base safely in 3. And with that, we're going to bring Preston Shelton to the plate, number 25. Breaking ball stays way up in the zone.
Quick look at the radar. There is rain in the area. There's some light sprinkles as I came up in the booth. There's some rain in the county over. Nothing really heavy. It's just enough to get you wet.
Breaking ball in there for a strike. It would be fantastic if we could finish this game, even if we have to delay the start time of the second games by a little bit. Much rather have that take place before they ever throw the first pitch than mid-game. DeLeo comes set, checks the runner at first, Barber. Pitch, fouled back. Good fastball. Shelton trying to fire it to the right side.
I think they'll get the games in. I don't think it's going to be anything that would, unless something like Friday night keeps popping up that's really hit with a lot of lightning. Low rain don't hurt nobody.
No, they want to get these games in, stay on schedule if at all possible, because it's much better for the players. It's better for the pitching staffs. High curveball hammered down the left field line is going to go foul. With the pitch counts and days rest, you don't want to have doubling up of games if at all possible. Yesterday it was inevitable with the amount of rain that came in Friday night. As good as the grounds crew is, they can only do so much until it stops raining. DeLeo comes set, 1-2 count. Fastball through the left-handed batter's box outside. Even at 2-2 to Shelton.
Of course, in 2015, we were making up games on Sunday. As Friday night was rained out. Part of Saturday was rained out.
It was an absolute deluge on about 2 nights during that. We were hosting a team from Pennsylvania that did not play their first game till the 3rd day, I believe, which is oddly the same thing that West Windsor had, where they doubled up yesterday. Lockwood looking for a fastball up in the zone, gets it a little too high, does not get Shelton to chase. Runs the count full on the short hop throwback to DeLeo. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners at the corners. East Tennessee looking to chip away at this 8-run deficit in the bottom of the 6th inning. Little chopper just in front of the plate. Going to be a tough play for Lockwood. He comes out unable to make the play. That ball was just hit into no man's land. Lockwood did all he could to get there, but probably a great decision by the catcher Lockwood not to force a throw at the first baseman. That does score the runner from third. So with that, it's 10-3, runners at first and second. And the shortstop, Walker Whaley, steps back in.
That's a frustrating one for all sides of the hitter. You wish you'd got more of it.
but you're standing on, so.
Absolutely, you're still alive. Little flare out of play to the right side by Whaley. DeLeo working from the stretch with runners at first and second. Ballooney, the second baseman, coming in to hold. Another little flare over the first base side. Fouls off the breaking ball. Umpire said, I need more baseballs. We've just fouled 4 out of play.
DeLeo is sitting at 54 total pitches. Very effective with only 35 strikes, 19 balls.
He's done a good job. I think he might have walked 1, but has not given free passes. Once New Jersey jumped out to that quick 6-0 lead in the top of the first and added 4 more in the third and fourth inning. Shot down the right side, just fouls. Eisenberg scoops it up anyway. Good fortune for East Tennessee if that one stayed foul. Once they jumped ahead, they've done a good job of making East Tennessee earn their base runners and their runs. DeLeo comes set, 0-2 count to Whaley. Fastball exactly where Lockwood wanted it, leaves it up. Nice plate discipline by Whaley. Ballooney works in behind the runner at second. Back to his position, the pitch. Just outside as DeLeo walked toward the dugout a bit. Lockwood set up about 4 or 5, maybe 6 inches off the plate. He popped the mitt, hoping that he was going to get the call. The umpire thought different of it, and it's 2-2. Ball popped up to the right side. And the right fielder makes the play with 2 hands to end the threat. At the end of 6, it's 10-3. New Jersey leads East Tennessee. This is X Sports TV. We'll be back with the final 7th inning from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, right after this.
Darrell Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back into Denver Trap Field in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, as we head to the 7th inning between West Windsor Plains, New Jersey, and Marshall County, Tennessee. New Jersey leads 10-3 through 6 innings. This is the final game of pool play for the boys from Marshall County. Sitting at 1-2, they desperately need a win to keep some hope in this tournament, trying to get into knockout play. As in the national bracket, California sits at 3-0. Sarasota, Florida is 2-1. Marshall County is 1-2. New Jersey is 1-1, and Connecticut is 0-3. So it looks like it's going to take 2 wins to get you into the knockout round. Both of these teams are looking for that second win right now, as there's action down in the West Windsor bullpen. Reset it. New Jersey jumped out early, 6-0 in the top half of the first. On 3 hits, they scored 6 runs with 2 errors by East Tennessee. East Tennessee answered with 1. New Jersey added 1 and 3 in the third and fourth inning. East Tennessee chipped away with 1 in the 5th and 6th, and we stand at 10-3. 10 runs on 11 hits for New Jersey, 3 runs on 7 hits for Tennessee. The first pitch is a ball. Second pitch, breaking ball outside to DeLeo. DeLeo 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. Reached base safely twice for West Windsor. Little chopper swing, almost a defensive swing. Oh, eats up the second baseman. He tries to backhand it and throws it over McCormick's head. DeLeo is on first, is going to be given second as the throw went into the East Tennessee dugout.
Yeah, an automatic extra base as it did trickle into the pavement of the dugout.
Tough play for East Tennessee on that. Ball came up, got him in the palm of the glove, was Oliver at second base. He tried to recover and flip it backhand over the head of McCormick, and what should have been a routine out turns into a double for DeLeo to start the inning for West Windsor. And the pitch to Nadelman. High fastball that he chases, 0-1.
Yeah, the 5th error of the game for East Tennessee, compared to 1 for New Jersey.
Fastball down, nice backhanded stab by Graves, the catcher. Tries to throw behind DeLeo at second. Not really close there, but nice stop. 1-1's the count to Nadelman. Shelton comes set, and the pitch. Fastball right there for strike 2. And on the other field, we have Mississippi
And Washington.
Washington. I'm sorry, I was trying to read the scoreboard, and it was hard to make out. Mississippi and Washington preparing to play over on Tom Cruise. And a swing and a miss by Nadelman for third strike. Nice breaking ball by Shelton. So Washington sitting at 1-1 in pool play. Mississippi 0-2. Another crucial game of these pools. Shelton comes set. Pitch is ripped down the left field line by Lockwood. The catcher, DeLeo, is going to cruise into home. It's going to be a stand-up double for the catcher, Lockwood. Swapping places with DeLeo, and it is 11-3. West Windsor leads. Top of the 7th, 1 out.
That was a rope, and New Jersey's hit 3 or 4 down either line this afternoon, Brad. They have burned up the baselines this afternoon.
Absolutely, they have. And first pitch to Blooney, the second baseman, is in there for a strike from Shelton. Blooney 0 for 2 on the day. Little looping line drive right at Oliver, the second baseman, is brought in for the second out. Lockwood stays at second base. And that will bring the EH, Drew Santa Maria, into the batter's box with 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning, looking to add to the 11-3 lead for New Jersey. Pitch from Shelton over the outside edge. Nice fastball for a strike. Santa Maria 1 for 3 on the day. Ground ball off the end of the glove of Shelton. He recovers, fires to first in time to McCormick to get the out. And with that, we are down to the final 3 outs for the team from Marshall County in pool play. They need 8 to continue on. This is X Sports TV. We'll be back to see if they can do it in the bottom of the 7th.
Would like to congratulate all the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back into Denver Trap Field and the Babe Ruth World Series from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We've had a great day of baseball thus far. Sarasota, Florida defeats Newtown, Connecticut by 1. Over on Tom Cruise, we move to the bottom of the 7th with West Windsor-Plainsboro, New Jersey, leading Marshall County, Tennessee, 11-3. And DeLeo will come back out. There was activity in the New Jersey bullpen while they were hitting. That might just be an in-case situation. If DeLeo gets in a little bit of trouble. But as we move to the bottom of the inning, To reset this, we've talked about it a few times throughout the broadcast. California leads the national bracket in pool play at 3-0. Sarasota, Florida moved to 2-1 with their win over Newtown, Connecticut today. New Jersey is sitting at 1-1, and Marshall County, Tennessee at 1-2, Connecticut at 0-3. So at this point, if New Jersey holds on to this lead and can record 3 outs, it's going to put them at 2 wins. Marshall County would be complete in their pool play at 1-3. Connecticut, with an 0-3 record, cannot get the necessary win total to advance. You would have your 3 teams in California, Florida, New Jersey if they can get the 3 outs here. As the first pitch to Spence Oliver is in for a strike.
That would seal it up before tomorrow even gets underway.
So the question becomes, what seeds they get? Oliver with a shot down the left field side, just out of the reach of the third baseman. Hodges in there for a leadoff single. So if New Jersey and Florida are both 2-1, Florida and California play tomorrow. So realistically, you could have
Florida could still
3
could
teams
win
at 3-1.
Yeah, and Florida could still win the division.
And there's a hit up the middle. Nice backhand by Blooney.
I don't think he was on the
flips it
bag.
to second, but I don't believe Potts was in contact with the bag when he caught it. Fantastic play by Blooney.
I tell you what, sliding to his backhand on his knees and a little back flip. Yeah, I think Potts was even impressed.
He was a little shocked. He wasn't ready for it. And with that, it is the catcher, Zach Graves, to the plate. So go back to what you were saying about how Florida could win.
Well, Florida could win. The runs allowed would have to be completely swayed dramatically. I think, however, you look head-to-heads first.
Head-to-heads first. So if they beat California, they would be the only team to beat California.
They'll take the number 1 seed.
I believe that would be the case.
Yep.
Well, I say that, but if New Jersey's 3-1 also, and New Jersey and Florida, New Jersey would have the tiebreaker over Sarasota head-to-head, so it may go directly to runs allowed.
It would go to runs allowed. You are correct, because that would be a 3-way tie. And the head-to-head would be against each other.
Yeah, it would cancel out on that, so you would not have a definitive winner in the head-to-head. So as we're sitting here in an 11-3 ball game in the bottom of the 7th, runner at first and second, these are big outs.
Yes.
As Graves goes down swinging on a breaking ball from DeLeo for the first out of the inning. Heading into today, Florida had allowed 9 runs, California 6, New Jersey 11. Florida allowed
They allowed
5
so
today.
Yep.
So they're at 14. New Jersey sitting at 14
right now
with
3.
2 runners on.
These are
California
really big outs.
Absolutely. California in the driver's seat of that spot, but then you're also looking at the 2 and 3 as to who you play out of the other side. So there's still a lot to be determined. And a swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt by Austin Grubbs runs the count to 1-1. It's a different strategy. It's not just win. You hate to say that, but runs allowed come into play in the pool. Fastball in there for a strike over the outside corner from DeLeo. 1-2 to Grubbs.
There's a lot of strategy involved between pitch counts, runs allowed, all of that.
Little chopper down the third base side is going to get just foul as Hodges comes in to touch it. Where's DeLeo on pitch count?
He's at 70.
He's at 70, so 76 is that magic number to make it a 2-day rest. He needs a ground ball.
I wonder if they pull him before 76.
And with that, strike 3. Grubbs a little disappointed, held onto the bat though. And Colton Barber, the third baseman, will step in. Had a shot to the right center gap his last at bat. 2 for 2 on the day, a double, a single, and a walk. I take that back. 1 for 3 on the day. I apologize. Pitch just off the plate. Ball 1. Big lead by McCormick at first. Ball's fouled back. 1-1 the count to Barber.
I believe that's 73 pitches.
Man, this is hard as a coach. You're sitting here in a game, you're like, do I really want to pull a kid that's pitched really well since he came in, thrown a lot of strikes. And with that, the ball is up in the zone for 2-1. He needed to throw a strike on that one.
That's 74, I believe.
He can hit 75. He can't hit 76. Strike 2.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to ride with him.
That's my understanding. Now, the one question becomes, can he finish the current batter and it not go over that count? I don't know.
That is a good question. You can at 95. I don't think it matters at 75, 76.
And that's going to be a shot. Nice play, backhanded by Eisenberg. Race to the base. Eisenberg beats him for the 3rd out. And with that, New Jersey wins 11-3 over Marshall County, Tennessee. This is X Sports TV. We'll be back with a final wrap-up after this from Lawrenceburg and the Babe Ruth World Series.
Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Dimmer Track Field as West Windsor-Plainsboro, New Jersey defeats Marshall County, Tennessee. Your final 11-3, and New Jersey moves to 2-1 in pool play. And Marshall County's World Series has come to an end as they finish 1-3 in pool play. Their pool play is finished, and with that win, that seals the top 3 teams in the National Division. California 3-0, Florida 2-1, New Jersey 2-1, Connecticut 0-3. They cannot get into the top 3, and Marshall County now 1-3. So we have our 3 teams out of the National Division that will advance. So Marshall County, Tennessee's team is complete. Let's go to public address announcer Bill Phillips for the Ron Tellefson players of the game.
At this time, we are proud to announce the player of the game for Marshall County, representing East Tennessee, is Spence Oliver. And the player of the game for New Jersey is Josh Eisenberg.
So Spence Oliver for Marshall County, Tennessee, your Ron Tellefson player of the game, and Josh Eisenberg is the player for New Jersey, our Ron Tellefson players of the game. So Brad, as we were talking about the pool play and division, it kind of seals. We know who the teams are going to be, but there's still a lot to play for tomorrow as you got 2 2-1 teams. California at 3-0. If Florida and California play tomorrow, Florida wins, then you've got a 3-way tie, assuming New Jersey wins tomorrow, as they take on Connecticut, who is 0-3. Now, that doesn't mean anything. Connecticut just nearly beat Sarasota, Florida, so anything could happen, but you could have a 3-way tie for first place, and if it were California, Florida, New Jersey, then it would, the head-to-heads would be split and negate each other, and you go to runs allowed.
Absolutely, which right now in runs allowed, Florida and New Jersey are both dead even with 14, California with 6. So for this to really come into play and get tight, Sarasota would have to win pretty big tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely. And that's probably not going to happen, but you never know. California has looked awfully strong, especially pitching. They've only allowed 6 runs in 3 games.
They've played really good. That being said, we start out with a 6 spot in this game in the top half of the first. So any of these teams can get hot. We saw Marshall County yesterday come out and put a 4 spot up to start the game in the top of the first against Newtown. These guys can hit the baseball. It's just a matter of them having a little bit of confidence, getting 1 or 2 to drop, and then it just seems like it's contagious. So should be a really exciting day tomorrow in the national side of the bracket as we move, mostly into American play today for the afternoon games. But been a lot of fun doing this. Great baseball that we've had the pleasure of watching, and had great turnouts and support from the local crowd here in Lawrenceburg, even though Lawrenceburg is not playing today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you and I will be here for our second game as the American Division will take center stage on both fields. Over at Tom Cruise Field, it'll be Meridian, Mississippi versus Camas Washougal, Washington. And that could have some implications as let's turn our attention to pool play in the American Division. Leading the way, the host team from Lawrenceburg, 3-0. They've only allowed 11 runs in their 3 wins. They're off today. They play tomorrow against Washington. Wisconsin is second at 2-1, but that one loss came to Lawrenceburg last night. So a big win for Lawrenceburg. The head-to-head will go against them. So Lawrenceburg has that going for them. Washington can really kind of get in the mix and solidify a spot in the elimination round with a win against winless Mississippi. North Dakota also winless as they are about to take on Wisconsin. So really Washington is the team to kind of is the wild card, if you will, in this scenario, both this afternoon and tomorrow.
They are. North Dakota and Mississippi, you hate to say this, in the third game of pool play, this is elimination day for them if they don't win. Because if I'm looking at this, you've got Lawrence County with 3 wins, Wisconsin with 2 wins already, Washington, Mississippi head-to-head. If Washington moves to 2 wins, Mississippi moves to 3 losses. They are eliminated mathematically. Same thing coming up. If Wisconsin beats North Dakota, we have our final 6 teams set at the end of today. It's just a matter of position, who's going to be playing who.
Yeah, so these next 2 games could decide all of our elimination round teams. As the top 3 from each pool play advance, the top seed gets a bye into Wednesday's semifinals. All of the elimination round games will be here on Denver Trap Field. Assuming rain doesn't push us to alternative measures as it did 2 years ago. We had to start the semifinals a couple hours early and play on both fields to get those games in before the rain came. They did, as a thriller over on Tom Cruise Field between Westchester, California, the ultimate champion, against, was it Sarasota, Florida? Is that who they played in the semifinals, or was it West? It was West End.
It was West End, Pennsylvania. Absolutely.
That's right.
It was the guys that we were hosting 2 years ago. They beat them, and then in a showdown against Lawrence County in front of about 6,000 people, if I remember correctly, which was quite a show here on Denver Trap Field. We hope that we can have that type of excitement again in the knockout rounds and have great support from the locals as well as those that have traveled from all over the country to participate in this great event.
Absolutely. All right, let's take a quick look at your final stats. First, for the Mid-Atlantic Chance from West Windsor-Plainsboro, New Jersey, Jeff Petrono for 1. 3 for 3 for Luke Potts with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Ian Muni 1 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Josh Eisenberg 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. William Reeder 1 for 2 with a run scored. 1 for 3 for Jack DeLeo, 3 runs scored and an RBI. Jake Nadelman 0 for 2 tonight. Justin Lockwood 1 for 4. Christopher Ballooney 0 for 3, 1 for 4 for Andrew Santamaria and an RBI. 1 for 2 for Austin Hodges with 2 runs scored for New Jersey. For East Tennessee and the state champs from Marshall County and Lewisburg, Tennessee, Preston Shelton 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Walker Whaley 0 for 3 this afternoon. Spence Oliver 3 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. He was the Marshall County Ron Tellefson player of the game. Matthew McCormick 0 for 4, as was Zach Graves 2 for 3 for Austin Grubbs with a run scored. 1 for 4 for Colton Barber. 0 for 2 for Jake Wallace. 1 for 2 for Matthew Fuller. 0 for 1 each for Blake Aldridge and Jake Singleton. So those are your final stats this afternoon as West Windsor Plains, New Jersey wins it 11-3 over Marshall County, Tennessee. And that will be the end of the line for the boys from Lewisburg. But a quick wrap-up note on them, Brad. You've seen many of their games, and our neighbors to the east and nearby Lewisburg brought a great crowd and good experience for them.
Absolutely. They have nothing to hang their head about. They came in and played some great baseball teams. They put on a great show for the fans here. They were able to get a big win last night against Newtown. They were in the game against Sarasota until the bottom of the 6th inning when they erupted for 5 runs. It was a 1-0 game at that point. You know, and today they had a tough first inning, but they played really well. Great job by the coaching staff making sure that everyone was able to get a lot of experience in this type of environment for them. And it's something for them to build off of. And as you mentioned, they're 45, 50 minutes down the road. It's somebody that we see periodically through some of our high schools here locally. And you wish them nothing but the best moving forward as they represent Marshall County High School and them moving forward. So best of luck to those young men. Congratulations on qualifying and really playing some good baseball here in Lawrenceburg.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, our friends from WJJM were in town for the first couple of games for Marshall County, actually the first 3 games up until today. So we appreciate them for making the drive over. And we'll be seeing them this fall, Lawrence County High School football in Marshall County in the same region. So we'll see them down the line, our friends over at WJJM. All right, thanks for tuning in to Exports TV's coverage of the 15-year-old Babe Ruth World Series, where your final score, New Jersey wins it 11-3 over Marshall County, Tennessee. For Brad Nielsen, I'm JP Plant, reminding you to stay tuned on Exports TV as Meridian, Mississippi and Kamas-Washougal, Washington about to get underway. You can watch that game, and then later in just a little bit we'll have Bismarck, North Dakota versus Janesville, Wisconsin on your home for the Babe Ruth World Series, Exports TV. Until then, so long for now from Denver Track Field and the Babe Ruth World Series.